Hello, this is client CS. So I'm going to ask you a couple interview questions. Is that okay?
Yep.
So what type of injury do you currently live with?
I currently have a radial head fracture, a sprained wrist and elbow, and tendonitis in my thumb.
What was the background of this injury? Did it occur suddenly or over time?
So I had a sudden injury. I actually got injured at work over the summer. I've been working at U-Haul, and I was cleaning the back of a truck, and as I was coming out of the truck, someone started talking to me, and I missed my handhold, and I fell on my arm. So it's not an exciting injury, but it was sudden injury.
How long ago was your injury?
So my injury was actually on the 22nd of last month, so it's been like 4.5 weeks. So I'm pretty far into my healing process, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Can you recall any hands-on tests or assessments that were done?
I had a lot of x-rays done, like a lot of x-rays, because each place wanted to do their own x-rays, and then I had some people like check the movement of my arm and to see how far I could move it and like where the pain was suddenly depending on the movement. Um, Obviously right now temperature checks because of COVID. I can't think of other things, but I mean there's probably other things.
Did you see an occupational therapist or another health provider?
So I haven't seen an occupational therapist yet, but my 4 or 5 week my checkup is tomorrow, so I get to find out if I need occupational therapy or physical therapy or what the next steps are because I'm not quite sure yet.
What are some types of treatment that you're currently doing?
Currently I have my sling. As you can see, I very much hate it, but it's necessary. I have this cool compression thing that goes over my elbow. It's a cold compression tool. I have to do it for 30 minutes 3 times a day, and it gets down to 46 degrees. And it's just supposed to help with my circulation and swelling and blood flow. And it's very cold, but it works pretty great.
Were you given a home program to follow?
Just my cooling compression system right now. Hopefully after tomorrow I'll have more to do because I need to be able to straighten my arm because I can't do that yet. So,
Do you experience any pain with motion? And if so, what are those motions?
so now that it's been a couple weeks, I don't feel as much pain. I was never in severe pain. But if I do a very sudden movement, or I overextend, or I twist too quickly, when I try and do something, it hurts. Like if I, like, like when you like stretch your arm out to get into a sleeve, like that hurts. Or going to like turn a door handle, that hurts my wrist sometimes. It's just like movements you don't think about and then you do it and then you're like, ow, that actually hurts. Don't do that again.
Are you taking any medication?
So I was prescribed 2 different medications. I was prescribed a muscle relaxer, and then I was also prescribed ibuprofen 800. So during the beginning, like that first week, I used a little bit of both because it hurt. I never got a cast. I was in a splint for a week and a half because I never could see an orthopedic doctor to get a cast on. Now I don't really take any because I don't feel the need because it's not in pain and I'm not hurt, so I don't take it if I don't need it.
What challenges have you faced when it comes to this injury?
It's hard to put on clothes in the morning or take them off, so I have like really stretchy pants and really oversized shirts right now. Shoes are a little hard, I can't tie them, so I slip them on. I can't really open jars or water bottles, so I have some people who do that for me. It's just like the basic annoying things that everyone does but you can't do. So
Since this injury occurred at work, are you currently working still?
I am not currently working because my doctor told me and told my work that I am unable to use one of my arms. And you can't really work at U-Haul with one arm. You can't do trailers or drive or anything.
How has this affected your mobility?
So it is harder to get around. I know it's not a foot or leg, but like when I have to walk to classes, I can only have my backpack on one shoulder because if it goes on this shoulder, it'll hit my arm and then I won't be able to, it won't be good. And then right now I'm not super comfortable with driving one-handed because I can't turn my turn signals on or off. And like just turns are really strange. So I haven't been driving, so I have to have people drive me around. So I can't really, I'm not super mobile right now, basically.
What are some things that you find helpful when it comes to the activities that you have challenges with?
So my mom's been very helpful with this. She got me a few gadgets. She likes her gadgets. So I have a can opener that I can actually use one-handed because all can openers are two-handed, but this one's not, so I can actually open cans now. And then if I want to make pasta or something, she gave me this. It's a strainer. It goes on a pot, so I can do it one-handed because I can't lift with two hands right now. Showering is a bit of a problem. So I have a shower seat that goes right in the shower. And then when I had a cast on, I had this protective plastic sleeve that protected my cast from staying dry. And yeah, it's been going.
How did you feel about the healthcare process?
So I had to go to 3 separate doctors because of coming up to school and treatments and stuff. The first time, they were very disorganized at the hospital and they didn't really want to listen to me or anything I said, and they just sent me home with a sprained wrist. So they didn't even notice my fracture or anything, and they didn't give me anything, they just told me to basically leave. So that wasn't great. The second time, I thought I was just going for a basic little test to this other place, and then I ended up staying for 3 hours because they did a full checkup and they found all the rest of my problems. So it was a good thing that happened, and they actually listened to me and were very understanding and very helpful. And then I saw another doctor up here for my checkup, and he was like in and out of the room in 5 minutes. He barely looked at me, like he wasn't listening to any of my concerns. He didn't write anything down. He told me I should be like not using the sling and I should be moving my arm a lot. And then later I called just to make sure I was getting everything right. And he was like, no, you're supposed to be wearing the sling. You're supposed to be immobilized. And everything that he had originally told me was the complete opposite. And so it's a good thing I checked in because it was not a good experience.
Is there anything you would change about the treatment process?
I think it needs to be a little more understanding for those of us who don't know anything medical, because I was told I had a fracture in my radius, and I was like, I think that's an arm bone, so I thought I had a wrist fracture and not an elbow fracture because it also hurt because of my sprain. And I got very confused, and one doctor told me I'd be having physical therapy, another one told me I wasn't, and then someone told me I was supposed to get a cast on, which I never got, and I had a splint for a really long time, and it's very confusing when you go to several doctors who don't communicate with each other and like are not clear with their instructions.
All right, thank you.